Hello and welcome back to Madam Modern Business Card help video. In this video we'll see how to edit text and colors with Adobe InDesign, and also how to apply your own QR codes to this InDesign file. For creating, downloading and editing the InDesign QR code, I suggest you see the introduction video. Okay, so let's open up the file first. Once you open the file, if you go to the Layers panel, you'll see the first two layer groups are the Print Info and the Info box. These two groups you don't need to send when you're sending this file to be printed. You can turn them off or delete them. They're there for your information. You'll get the basic information about different elements and areas of the business card, technical information, etc. If you want to keep these two for further reference, make sure to double click on the layer and that print layer has been unchecked, so these two layers will not be printed when you're printing them to PDF, etc. Okay, why don't we start with the QR code. If you have followed the instructions from the introduction video and you've updated the QR code you got with this template, once you're opening InDesign, it will ask you if you want to update the link. If you click yes, the link will be automatically updated with the new QR code. Now, if that doesn't happen, there are two different ways of either updating your link or adding your own QR code. So let's start with just updating the link. Go to the Links panel, right click on the file, QR code, go to Relink, and then select your own QR code, and we have it done. Now the other way is just to simply click on the file, use the shortcut Control-D, and basically do the same thing. Replace the item and add your own QR code. Okay, that was fairly easy when it comes to the QR codes, so why don't we edit the colors. To edit the colors, of course, you can select individual elements and then edit them. Double click, change the color, add new CMYK swatches, etc. But because this is a heavily gradient influenced design, the easiest way to do that is to use the swatches. Now, in the swatches panel, you'll see all those different colors created, and we have all those different gradients. And why I say it's easier to go through the swatches panel, because once you edit the color, it will also change throughout the entire design and throughout all of the gradients. So it's much easier to do it this way. So let's make this red. Make sure the preview button is checked, and when you click OK, as you can see, it's already creating and changing the gradients. The reason why it works that way is because when creating gradients, I've linked them to those main colors from the swatches, so you can make those changes much faster and much easier. Okay, now of course we can go through all of these different colors and change design in that manner. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I think you get the picture. Now, another thing you need to know before we move on to editing the text is that if you just select the text frame, for instance, we want to change the color of this text, and then you just try to apply the color, it's going to color the frames, not the text itself. In order to change the color of the text that is not connected, or you want to add a new color to just a certain part of the text, you need to activate the text first. So press this little T right below fill and stroke here on the tools panel, and once you do that, you have the text selected. Of course, you can change all the text color, which is changing this swatch, or you can just change these two colors. Let's make it black, white, and that's how you edit individual text elements. Now, let's move on to editing the text itself. All you have to do when it comes to editing the text is double click on the frame, select the text, and type in your own. The other way is just press T on your keyboard and it will automatically activate the type tool. So once you hover over the text, as you can see, the cursor changes, so you can make edits. And if you are comfortable working with paragraph styles, I've created the paragraph styles for this business card, so you can utilize paragraph styles in editing the style and the text properties, font properties. If you want to make any further edits when it comes to the font itself, you'll need to open the character panel. In order to open the character panel, you need to go to Window, type in Tables, Character, and here you can edit the properties of the font, like the size, kerning, style, etc. Of course, you can change the font completely. You have to select the text frame, and then you can play with different elements and different fonts. Okay, so that was it for this video. In the next video, we'll see how to edit the template in Adobe Photoshop. See you.